saw I saw the transactions.
I don't check. I don't look.
It's unfortunate. I had to pay.
I just imagine Dora running around and tapping the magic band on everything, and Ruben just like.
Hey, welcome to North of the Castle podcast. I'm Ruben, and I'm joined by Dora and Ambrose, and this is where we talk about all things Disney, Universal, fun, adventure. Welcome to the podcast. I'm glad that you're here. Today we have a fun topic. We are going to be talking about our most recent trip to Disney, because we actually went to Disney.
To Walt Disney World.
Walt Disney
in
World.
Florida, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. Grab your popcorn, grab your favorite drink, and hope you enjoy this one.
Yeah, I'm excited because this was a fun trip for us. We did a lot of new things, and we've been to Disney quite a few times before. So for us to say that it was new, it like means a lot. So yeah, it was a great trip.
Yeah. I think, Ambrose, you have questions for us.
Oh no, I have a loads of questions because personally, I was not included in this trip. I wasn't invited. I tried to sneak in, but I wasn't allowed to go into their suitcase. But
it's an extra $65.
So now here I am. It's cheaper. I'm down. I save money on the flight, right? But either way, so I have a couple questions when it comes to Disney for you guys, because like I think for a lot of the audience and people, they want to know like the whole process of planning for the Disney trip.
Yeah.
Right. So I think for you guys, let's start with the I think the very beginning. Okay, like how far from the day you went did you guys plan the trip? Sorry.
Like how far in advance?
Yeah.
Yeah, in advance, man. English is hard. But yeah.
English is hard. It's not just you. Yeah, how far in advance? So technically, like Disney releases their tickets about a year in advance. So you could start reserving a year in advance. That being said, we typically, just because of like moving parts with like making like the budget work, making like our vacation time work, we don't usually book that early. So for some reason, we've fallen into the habit of booking sometime in January. I would like to think that it's because December hits, Christmas hits, and then we have, the January blues, and we're like, let's book a vacation. Mm-hmm. So we booked it in January, and then we had our trip in May.
I think a lot of people actually start thinking about vacations like in January for the year. I think a lot of people go, hey, it's colder here in Canada. Let's book a vacation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Escape the cold, but also, and it's a fresh year. You have like a good idea of like what your budget looks like and what your vacation time looks like, and you can try to schedule your year in advance. So yeah, we booked it in January.
Yeah.
There's also like,
can I ask a question? Like, oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I was gonna say there's also like a lot of promos and stuff. So some people book right when the promos are released, whereas some people, book whenever, and then you can always like apply promos after the fact. So we also like to wait. We like to be guaranteed a deal. We like to be guaranteed a discount. So we wait for the promos to be dropped.
For sure, especially if it's in like USD compared to Canadian, right? I think it's always, us Canadians, we want to save as much as we can anywhere we can, right?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I do like that. Sorry, go ahead.
It's all good.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, why did you guys choose Disney World instead of Disneyland? Because I know you guys haven't been there before. Like, some of you guys, as a family, you haven't been to Disneyland. Why do you guys choose to go to Disney World again?
Yeah, I mean, what do you think? Like, we talked about going to Disneyland.
I've never been to Disneyland, so I don't have something to really compare it to. I've like seen videos and stuff like that. But why? Because we did it the first time, because that's the one that Dora most enjoyed. And why then why do we keep going back? It's because we keep enjoying it.
Good reason.
But I want to do Disneyland. And I think, it's something that could happen.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about doing Disneyland, especially now because they're doing their 70th anniversary celebration. So that would be a fun time to go. But yeah, like when it comes to Disney World, part of the draw is that, like, yes, we're doing a lot of things that we've done before, but there's still so much that you can do. Like every trip can look so different because it's so massive. So this time we stayed at a completely different resort. That was new to us. We used different transportation that we've never used. We've rode on different rides we've never ridden on. And we went to so many sit-down restaurants that we've never been to before. And like, we just had a lot of character experiences, things that we've like, again, new things, new experiences to us that were so fun. And since we've come back, Disney's opened more new things that, like, if we go back to Walt Disney World next year, it'll be a completely new experience again.
I know, because I remember you were saying that how you basically planned your trip accidentally before all the new stuff opened,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, for sure, next time you go, you're gonna be like a new experience. Disney's a company that keeps on giving, keeps on taking our money, but keeps on giving and giving us more and more things to do.
Yeah,
that's really good. So another question I have for you guys is like, when you travel, like especially when you guys went, did you guys choose to fly or drive, or because I know, like, for us Canadians, we love to save money. So a lot of times people end up driving or going to New York or something like that. What do you guys choose this time?
Yeah, so we usually try to drive because it usually does save some money, but it is very time consuming. This time around, we chose to fly because we, like, just in terms of timing, it saved us a couple vacation days. And then we also used like our travel points, like our credit card points that we had earned up, our RBC points. And then we used that to get actually, I was going to say cheap flights, but it's actually not cheap flights. We got free flights because we were able to cover our entire family with our points. So that worked out really nicely for us. So we did fly. What did you think of the flying experience? Like, what did you think of that?
I think there's pros and cons. Like, I think it also depends on like who you are. Like, there's some people that love road trips. There's some people that hate road trips, right? There's some people that love flying, hate flying. So it depends on who you are. Where, like, our family, we love road trips. We also love flying. So I think for us, there were pros and cons to both. Flying, it was so cool. Like, within an afternoon, we were in Disney World, removed from the Canadian weather, placed right into like 3-hour flight. They always say it's like a 3.5 hour flight, but every single flight I've ever taken to Florida has now been like it's really 2 hours and 50 minutes. They just jet down there. And then like, it's like in no time, we were there. We actually took
compared to the drive is how long?
The drive is like a 24-hour drive. So like 23 hours and something minutes just straight driving. And obviously like nobody does that. You like will stop somewhere, whether for a few hours or something. So like it ends up taking like, almost like roughly about a full day, if you're driving and
like 2 days. Like we usually take 2 full days, like, or a day and almost a second full day to drive. To the point that like our kids know that like when we drive, it's 2-day drive. And so when we were flying this time, Arabella asked us like, how many days is it going to take us to take a plane? And I'm like, no, it's not going to take days. It's going to take hours. And she was like, hours? Like she was in shock because that's what she knows. Like Florida is days away.
Yeah. So the pro is how quick you are placed in Disney and get to have fun, which I guess we'll talk about it, but we made the most of that.
Yeah.
The pro to driving is that you have your car with you. You have the freedom to kind of do what you need to do. Like for example, we were rained out a little bit and we had some transport problems. And if we had our car with us, it might have looked a little bit different, to be honest, with rain and with transport issues at Disney World. And so there's pros and cons, and I think it's just based on what kind of trip you're doing. If it's a shorter trip, I would, fly, obviously. If it's a longer trip, I think, driving actually makes, more sense. I think I will say one thing that maybe kind of gets overlooked is the hidden costs in driving. Wear and tear on your brakes is huge. Driving from anywhere in Canada, you're driving more than like 2,000 kilometers easily, or roughly, but like, it's so much wear and tear on your brakes, wear and tear on your tires. and it's not kilometers that you're roughly calculating for the year, and so it's like it's costs that you will end up having to change your brakes and stuff like that sooner than later, and like food costs and hotel costs.
Like if you stay overnight somewhere, if you're not driving straight.
Yeah, you got to calculate $200 to $300 for some sort of overnight stay, unless you're doing like a motel type thing. And, you got to calculate food costs, which for a 3-hour flight, you're not really getting food. You're going to eat some pretzels and some chips maybe that you buy. You know what I mean? Like, so there are some costs.
Unless you can order on for that little pamphlet, then.
That's true.
Yeah, I know, but like
$8-9, $10.
It's crazy. I actually did look because there was a bunch of people ordering like the instant like Mr. Noodles, and I'm like, you can get those at the dollar store for $1, and they were like $6 on the flight. I'm like, what the heck? Don't spend money on that.
Yeah.
So I remember one time going on a flight, and some lady ordered some kind of pizza, and it looked like stuff you can get from like, I don't know,
frozen
like
aisle
grocery store for like a couple dollars, but it was literally like $11, and I was like.
Yuck.
It looks really thin too.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Yeah, no, it's insane. So the thing is, it really comes down to we're a family of 5, and for a family of 5, the cost of flying is definitely higher, way higher than the cost of driving. But if you're a single person or a couple, then like it probably ends up being the same, and so you might as well just fly and like have that convenience. We like having our car with us, and part of the issue that we had was like we did a lot of sit down dining, like full service dining this time around. And so we did things at like other resorts. And there were times where like, there's no direct resort to resort transportation at Disney. There's resort to parks or to Disney Springs. And then like from there to the other resorts. So we did some, let's take the bus to Disney Springs, and then from Disney Springs, take the bus to somewhere else, or take the bus to Magic Kingdom and then take the monorail, like that kind of thing. But that was like, it's a little bit more inconvenient and it takes longer. And then after a while, we got tired of that and we were like, let's Uber. And so that takes a little bit more money too. So if we had our car, then that would be an easy, like just hop in the car, and you can park for free if you have like a dining reservation or whatever. So you can just park there. You just tell them that like you have a dining reservation, they check that you have the reservation, and you could park. So it wouldn't have cost us that much to just use our car, or if we wanted to leave the Disney bubble to have that car. So convenience as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know it. Like I'm learning a lot of things, and for if I choose to go on a trip to Disney World to drive, I'm learning a lot. I'm very thankful. Okay, so before we dive right into like when you guys went to the park, how did you guys prepare or plan or like pack or anything? Like give us like a crash course, and also did you watch any movies before going, like to refresh your memory?
I was trying.
Like, what rides were you looking for to?
I wanted to do a packing video, like a YouTube video for like us packing. We didn't end up doing it, but we have a packing list that we make, and then kind of like tick that off. We actually have a buy list, because you got to buy everything first, and then the packing list to make sure that you actually put it in.
Yeah, because we have kids, and kids also like make lots of messes. We do pack lots of extra clothes. But you're packing like your typical like park clothes,
ponchos
for the rain, a stroller cover for the stroller if it rains,
fans because you want to stay cool.
Yeah, and then obviously like your sunscreen. I tend to burn, so we pack aloe vera because I burn easily.
Water bottle is actually a great option too, because you can always just refill your water bottle at the stations in your resorts and then kind of have it with you all day.
Yeah.
And then also, say if you buy a water bottle at the parks, you can fill it into your water bottle, and like we take like the steel ones, so like
it stays
cold for longer.
Yeah. Snacks if you want like snacks in your room, things like that. But then obviously like we went to the water park, which we'll talk about, and we went to like we do a pool day, so like bathing suits and things like that. So we like to make sure that we're prepared for all of the possible experiences.
Yeah.
It's also like important when you're going to Disney that like because of weather and because of like various things that come up, that like plans may shift or pivot. So being prepared that like there are things that you could do or things that you might need that you have on hand as well.
Yeah. Like in a gist, we did the water park the day that we landed because there was a deal where if it's your first day at a resort, you actually get it for free.
Yeah. It's included. It's included.
But that's to understand what it is it's free.
Yeah.
And it was a deal going on, and just to understand what the cost of that is, it's like $100 roughly per person to go to the water park.
100 like Canadian. It's like $70 American to go to the water park. And so it's a lot of money for a family of 5.
We love free things, so.
Yeah, no, it honestly, and it's not just, it was a thing that they did for the first time this year in 2025, where if you're staying at a Disney resort, you could get free admission to the water park on your arrival day. That also being said, if you are doing like a split stay, so let's say you're staying for 3 days at one resort and then you're moving to another resort, you could get free admission on the arrival day for the second stay. So people get multiple like free water park admission. And so that's something that they did for the first time this year, and they've actually updated that they are continuing it through 2026. So anyone going to Walt Disney World in 2026 gets free access to whichever water park is available at that time. When we went, it was just Typhoon Lagoon, but as of about a week ago, both water parks are now open. So people could go to either water park, or you could go one day to one. And then because you have a split stay and you're getting free admission on the second day, then you can go to the other one and you could do both water parks.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good deal. And it's actually really cool that they do that, I think.
Yeah.
It really actually brings more people to actually want to go, like,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, because Ruben was even saying...
Let's jump...
Oh, I was just going to say...
Go for it, Dora.
I'm sorry, we haven't done this in a while, so we're all over the place. I was going to say that, like, Ruben was saying he actually, after going to Typhoon Lagoon, he's like, I want to go, like, every time. So something that's, like, it is a draw. You're like, I want to go back.
It was, like, here's the thing. Compared to the Disney parks, it's not, you can't compare it. But in terms of water parks, it's, like, easily the best water park I've ever been to.
Yeah.
And it's like they just add it on for free because you're staying at a resort for the first day or whatever. Like it's really cool that like that was such an easy add-on, and yet I enjoyed that day so much. It was great. But yeah,
I really gotta look into that because me and Viv, we're not really water park people. I mean, Viv can't really swim. But and then but yeah, no, so okay, I'll look into that. It'd be really cool to actually experience the water park, because when you think of Disney, you always think of like, Disney parks. The water park is kind of pushed to the side, kind of like forgotten. But
yeah, which is why we wanted to go to like experience it, because that's exactly what we always thought was the Disney water park, like blah. But no, like in comparison, sure. But in terms of a water park that you then get to just go to, it's great. And to be honest, talking about like Viv can't swim, the truth honestly is that you don't need to. Like the fun of it was not even the swimming aspect. Like the lazy river, right? Like so cool. You don't need to swim. Like you can just stand and then just kind of, relax and chill. They have a few water rides where again, you're just getting wet and it's more like a tube, but then you're not like dying in like deep water. Like our kids who are, 6, 4, and 2 all enjoyed it, and it was a blast. So
yeah, no, it was really cool. It was a lot of fun. You don't need to be able to swim. They still have like some character aspects. Like they had, I think, Stitch greeting guests.
Yeah, you would love it. Heavy Stitch. Yeah,
Heavy Stitch focus there. They had a few other, they have a few other characters that kind of rotate out. And then they have like food and snacks and things. So we got some of like the exclusive snacks that they have there, and we enjoyed that.
Oh. Speaking of Stitch, have you watched the new movie?
Not yet. I plan to.
We should do a review.
I've read a lot of things about it.
Yeah.
I'm down. 100% down.
Sorry, sidebar.
Anyways, yeah, it was cool. We had a lot of fun. Blizzard Beach looks really cool. It's apparently half the size, but it's more like Elsa themed. So I think our kids would really enjoy that. So one day we'll do Blizzard Beach instead. But yeah, Typhoon Lagoon was awesome. We had a great time, and it is still pretty chill. Like for people coming in who are like, I want that chill day kind of between park days, it still was kind of relaxing. You weren't really like exhausted because it's not a ton of walking and you're just kind of chilling in the water.
Yeah.
I'm actually learning so much about water parks. I've actually never watched any videos about water parks, never did any research about the water parks at all. So like you saying stuff, I'm like, oh, okay.
We could do a video.
The more you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, we could do a video on just the water parks.
Yeah, honestly,
I think
so
it'd be helpful because there's things that we learned that we didn't know about.
Yeah. So after that, we actually went to Disney Springs that day.
Yeah.
So Disney
Did you
Springs.
guys buy a lot of stuff at Disney Springs, or you wait for the
yeah.
parks?
We do both.
We no, the first day was we knew we were coming back to Disney Springs, like it was not the one and only, so we got our appetite whet.
Okay.
We went around and we looked everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, what do I get,
window
Ambrose?
shopping.
What do I get, Viv? And
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Unless we see something that we're like absolutely must have, then we will get it on the spot. But then usually like if we're doing a park more than once, or if we're doing Disney Springs more than once, we'll wait and take pictures maybe of the things we like and come back because we want to make sure we're getting like the best thing. But we went to Disney Springs. We did like one of the reasons we always go on arrival is just to get that like taste of Disney parks. But then also we get the Canadian resident tickets, which Canadian resident tickets are like, I think it's a 20% or 25% discount. So like that's what we usually get for our tickets. And then to get that you have to show proof of ID. So you have to show your passport or whatever to show that you're Canadian.
So only time you need to actually take your passport to any.
You have it right beside you. That's so funny.
It's the only time.
I was cleaning my room and I found it. Yeah.
It's the only time on your trip in going to Disney that you need your passport if you're a Canadian, and it's not even to a park. It's to Disney Springs. We were going for dinner. We're like, we'll swing by and get our tickets.
Because you can get them from the other parks and stuff, but we don't know how long the lines are going to be in the mornings. We don't want to waste time at rope drop. So we always just go to Disney Springs. We take in a show, get some dinner, get some snacks, usually get like a Mickey ice cream bar, ice cream sandwich to like be like, hey, we're at Disney. This time we went to Haleo for dinner, and that was like...
Which I'll only tell all of our 2 viewers. Jose Andres, James Beard Award winner, Michelin star chef, we actually met. And because we met him, we were like...
Okay.
We were like, let's go to his restaurant at Disney. And so we did.
Yeah. So it was cool. It was a cool experience. It came kind of full circle for us. So that's why we were like already kind of headed to Disney Springs. So we had that, like, it's a signature.
Did you go in saying, I know the person, I know the guy, who owns this? Did you go,
No, not at all. But like, very cool experience. And like, it's a signature dining restaurant. So it's a little bit like upscale, but like, it was good. It was a good, good evening. And it was like a good kind of first arrival day. So that's like what we like to do on arrival. And that's why we booked like an earlier flight too, so we can make the most of Typhoon Lagoon and Disney Springs. And like, we got a lot done on that first day.
Yeah. What else? What else do you have for us?
Nice. Well, we haven't dived in at all to the parks, okay? so we can talk for hours. I realize we just talked about like before that. So okay, let's just dive into the parks. Okay, what order of the like parks did you guys go?
Great question. We always base the order of the parks off of the most important things that we want to do for us, Bippity Boppity Boutique, and what booking we can get for that.
For you, right? For you?
Yeah, for me.
Yeah, Ruben and I, we like to dress up as the princess.
Yeah.
No.
So this is like the cool experience that they do for like, little boys and little girls, where you can dress up as a princess or a prince, and then they, do you up, like makeup and all of that. And, it's cool that you get to do that. And so we try and find those bookings, some of those important ones first, and then we kind of schedule out, okay, how do we want to do this? Dora started this when we first started going, and now it's a must do. We always have to end our trip at Magic Kingdom.
We try to start our trip there too, but
it doesn't always
not
work out.
Yeah.
But we always must end it. Like the last park has to be Magic Kingdom, and so we went to the park actually six times. So we had 6 park tickets for all of us, and so we did double up twice. We this time around, because of the way our schedule worked, we did Animal Kingdom first, and so it made our first day kind of like chill, kind of like relax a little bit. Day 2, I believe, was Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
And so that's when we did like some of the other stuff that we had. And then day 3 was Epcot. And so we did like, all the stuff we wanted to do at Epcot. We had an Epcot day booked for day 4.
Actually, we had like a rest day in the middle. So we did like pool and we did some character dining and stuff on the rest day. And then we were supposed to go to Epcot again after that, but instead we switched things up and we did Hollywood Studios.
That was purely just in short because like I don't want it to be like a 4-hour podcast. Like in short, it like was raining terribly that day. And Epcot, if you know anything about Epcot, is all in the open. Like you are gonna get soaked, and we were pretty soaked the day before because it did rain that day as well. But like this day, it was like raining from like morning to like evening. And so we pivoted. We changed our days, changed some like lightning lanes and stuff like that. So we did Hollywood Studios instead. And if you know Hollywood Studios, a lot of it is indoors. Like sure, you'll still get rained on, but like it's from like spot to spot. And then once you're in, you're kind of in cover.
Yeah, a lot of indoor rides, indoor shows. So.
Yeah. And that was like a game changer. And believe it or not, like Dora and I actually want to do another video on this, how we actually finished everything in Hollywood Studios, even with like having to pivot that day, which is insane. And then we did Epcot after Hollywood Studios, and then we ended with Magic Kingdom, Bippity Boppity Boutique.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of what we did for the week. Yeah.
Yeah. It's always special to like end at the castle park and just like leave and say goodbye to the castle and be like, I got my last look at the magic. Because the castle is like...
She makes the kids say bye to the castle.
It's...
Rightfully so. And then, the castle says bye back to fireworks.
Honestly, it's just like, it's a like a last look to be like, hey, we're leaving. It's done. The trip is over. Significant.
Time to get depressed.
No, only sometimes.
Time to book again.
Yeah, exactly. Time to book again. That's why they give you your bounce back offers right as you're leaving, because it's like, oh, okay, here you're leaving. It's your last day. Here's a reason for you to come back because you're depressed.
Yeah, so that's what we did, man.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. That's really good that you're able to like pack so much, even though like you said earlier, your kids were sick. Did that really affect your trip at all, or like they were able to soldier through, or like the magic of Disney helped them feel better?
Yeah, I mean they were sick. They weren't like it wasn't really that bad. It was just also one at a time the way it played out. And we did kind of take it slow and play to whatever they needed in the moment. But yeah, no, they did great. And we were careful about making sure that we weren't overdoing it for whoever was not really feeling well. And yeah, it was ultimately still a good trip. And we still did a lot. I think when you're playing with the rain too, some of the things that we did, it pivoted the way we did the parks. For example, when we did Epcot, the first we were supposed to do half of the rides and then eat around the world for half of the day, but then it was pouring rain, so we were like, we're not doing that. We're not eating around the world and sitting there eating soaking food and we're getting soaked. That's not fun. So we ended up just doing rides and hopping from ride to ride to ride, and it didn't feel super hectic. It just felt really chill, and we weren't it's just about changing your expectations too. So we ended up doing all of the rides at Epcot in one day and didn't feel like it was super overwhelming, and we had a lot of fun, and then we went home for the day.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool that you're able to really pivot and be really flexible. Because I know that you guys don't you guys are able to. I know you guys like having a big game plan. So
yeah,
it's really cool that you're able to do that. Okay, so I have a question. Okay, because you guys are pretty seasoned when it comes to traveling to Disney World, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the moment, because you say you have to sometimes have to start with the castle or end with the castle, right? Do you still have that Disney wow magic moment when you walk into the park every single time? Or
Every
is it
single
like
time.
been there, done that? Oh, that's the same
No.
thing.
Every single time.
Which is wild because I get bored of things easily. And now it's not that like I don't say like, oh, I don't know what it's like, right? And I want to experience it. Now it's like I know what it's like, and I want to taste that again.
Yeah.
It's just fun. It's just cool.
So it's like a drug.
It's like a drug, 100%. It's the magic drug.
I gotta get my fix, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way, honestly, like Disney creatives are so good, and so we talked about it like in our very first episode of like why Disney is so magical, and the way that they make that first entrance, it feels magical. Like you get that big reveal, you get the music, you get the vibes are going before you're even like inside.
Yeah.
So you really like you do feel it, and I don't think there's ever beating that like that moment, that big reveal where you see the castle. And we have different versions of that. Like even when you go to Epcot and you see Spaceship Earth, like there are those moments at every park. But I think also it's, again, because there's so much to do. Like there are, again, I'm going to say this. There are rides that we did for the first time this time. They're like,
Oh, okay.
it was our first time experiencing them. Like when we went to Epcot, we did Living with the Land and Turtle Talk with Crush. And the new Encanto show. Those were like the first times that we did like those things. We met Figment, who is like the like main mascot of Epcot, and we met him for the first time. We did Journey Through Imagination with Figment. That was also our first time. So we did like all these rides for the first time, even though we've been to Epcot so many other times.
Yeah. We did rock because every time we go Rock and Roller Coaster is always down in Hollywood Studios. We were somehow able to get that in, which was really cool.
Yeah, so that was like, even though again this is our third time going in the last 3 years, we managed to do something new at Hollywood Studios, and we met new characters. We met Merida for the first time, and Merida is like a big one that like the kids love. So that was like, oh wow, and we got to meet her twice this time actually, which was really cool. We did like Tiana's Bayou Adventure opened up last May after we came back. So we came back early May and it opened up end of May. And so we got to do Tiana's Bayou Adventure this year for the first time. So that was our new like Magic Kingdom ride. We've done now.
How was it?
Oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. I was like, I know when we talked about it, I was like, I think this is going to be my favorite ride, and 100% is my favorite ride. It lived up to every ounce of the hype for me.
I was like, this is if you go back and you listen, yeah, I'm just like, they're just, facelift to another ride. This is why it's not going to be that good. The ride is really good.
It doesn't feel like a facelift. It doesn't feel
like a facelift. I've never been on the old one, but like from everything that I've seen, it doesn't feel like a facelift. And then when you actually ride it, that big drop at the end is actually quite fun. So
yeah, no, it was amazing. It wasn't just the big, and so we had different experiences because we had to take the kids separately because Lucas is too small to ride. So Ruben went with Mila, and they were in the back, and they came off, and then we did rider swap, and then me and Arabella went on. And so when they came off, I was like, oh, what are you guys? I had like my poncho. I'm like, should I wear my poncho to stay dry? Blah, blah. And they were like just a few drops, like nothing. And they had such a good time. So I'm like, okay, let's go, let's do it. And then we got in, and they put Arabella and I at the front. We were the front like seat. And we were soaked. We were like water in every nook and cranny, soaked. And then when you think you were done getting wet, you got wet again. But the ride is completely like, it's so immersive. Like it doesn't bother you that you're wet. It doesn't bother you that you got soaked. It's just part of like the fun, part of the thrill. And then you get off, and we went and we waited for the parade, and we watched the parade. And by the time the parade was over, I was fully dry. Like it didn't bother me because it's Florida heat. So you get dry and then you move on. It was so good. So that was like our first time doing Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So now we've done like all of the rides and shows at Magic Kingdom, but like it took us a few trips to get there. You know what I mean? And then now again, they're opening new experiences. So they just released that the new nighttime parade is opening, I think July 20th. So like that's a new experience that we haven't experienced yet that we will have to go back for. Yeah, there's just so much. There's so much to do. And like, even when you stay like at different resorts, you have different transportation experiences, different things like that. Like we used the Skyliner for the first time. We went on the Ruben doesn't love the Skyliner. We went on the monorail. We went on the monorail for the first time. So like some of those things, like even that, when we were on the monorail, like the kids were like, this is a ride. Like this is an experience. They were having so much fun. We went to different character dining that we've never done. We went to different restaurants we've never eaten at, which we had some really good like hits and like some misses too. Some that were not the best.
Chef Art Smith's Homecoming, best fried chicken sandwich I've ever had.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's at Disney Springs. It's a reservation you can book. And like it's definitely one worth trying.
Yeah. He's a James Beard award winner. He was Oprah's personal chef for a while, and like his food is like Southern comfort, like home cooking, and it was really good.
I was comforted, all right.
Yeah. But like, I mean, for me, excuse me, sorry. For me, like the first one that came to my mind was like Regal Eagle or Via Napoli, which are like restaurants at Epcot. And so when we usually go to Epcot, it's usually during a festival. Yeah. So we always eat the festival foods. And so there's some things there that are like staples that we've never tried. So we tried them for the first time. So that's what I mean by like, there's so much going on that you can't experience everything all in one trip. So you want to go back and experience other stuff.
So just to explain, okay, Epcot has Eating Around the World, which is booths that they open up seasonally, changing the food based on the theme. They also have staple restaurants in every region of like every country that are just restaurants that stay there.
Yeah.
You often don't get to those because you're eating like 20 different snacks around the world for the festival. This time around, because we went to Epcot twice, we actually had a chance to try some of them because we're like, we can. And let me tell you, Regal Eagle.
In America.
In America.
Pavilion, yeah.
That sandwich, those ribs, that chicken. I would put that up against any other barbecue spot that I've eaten at, bro. Like, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
It was insane. I'm like, are we in Disney or am I in like some Michelin star restaurant? Like, what's going on here?
So it's a smokehouse. So it's like, it's barbecue. But it's good barbecue. It was so good. And we bought...
And I know barbecue, guys. Like...
Okay, so it's a quick service. So you take your
wide
trays.
Your eyes are explaining the food.
I can taste it right now.
It was so good. But it's a quick service restaurant. So it's not like you're served at your table. So we got it right before the fireworks. And because of that, you carry trays. And because how good the food looked and how much I had heard about how good the food was here, I was like, I'm trying one of everything. So we got a whole big like smorgasbord and it ended up being 2 trays, and Ruben had the kids and he was out by the fireworks, and he went and he found a spot and it was kind of far. And I walked out with 2 trays and they were so heavy, and I kept like resting. Like I kept walking and then rest. And then I get up and walk and rest until I got all the way to where he was. But let me tell you, I would totally repeat that experience to eat that food again because it was so good.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then the other spot, bro, Via Napoli, when we go, we have to go. I will make a statement, and it is not a small statement.
We have to go. You're right.
No, here's my statement. Best pizza I've ever had in my life, period. Like, it was amazing. From the sauce, to the pepperonis, to the other meats on top, to the undercarriage, the cheese, pull. Yes.
Yeah, no, be enough. Like, it was that good.
I need to stop talking about this food. I just want to get hungry.
It was that good. It was so good. Like, our kids throughout the parks generally, like when it comes to food, like they'll taste and they'll enjoy, but they're very much like, okay, fine, like let's just eat and let's move on to the next thing, because they want to experience the rides and characters and whatever. But Via Napoli
So it's
was
kinda
like,
food is fuel kind of thing.
yeah. Whereas like Via Napoli was a meal that they were like, oh, give me more, give me more, give me more. They were having so much fun and they're just eating so much because they were just enjoying it that much.
I'm gonna put Britney Spears' song right here. Give me more, give me. No, I wasn't sweet.
Do it.
All right. Yeah, man.
Wow. Okay.
We gave
See,
him a
once
lot
again,
of info.
Maybe no, for sure. Like not just me, anyone listening has got a lot of information here as well. Especially if, like, I'm someone who's only gone to really Disneyland, right? Disney World, I don't really count it. 6 hours in the park, it's nothing, right? Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Do you guys buy a lot of merch? Because we talked about food, we talked about rides,
we
merch.
did.
Did you guys buy a lot of merch and stuff? What do you guys get?
Well, he's wearing his Buzz to Infinity and Beyond shirt. 95, because, you know, that's when the year the movie came out, 95. But we did buy a lot of merch. We like to, like, the kids have a problem. They, every time they go into a gift shop, they're like, what can we buy? And I'm like, no, you can't buy something everywhere we go. And
Which we're still trying to teach them that.
yeah. But they got a lot of stuff. Like they each got maybe like 2 or 3 small things that they wanted. And then we got like obviously souvenirs for like friends and family. I am a mug person. I like my mugs, I collect them and I drink out of them for my like coffee in the morning. Yeah. No, and so we have like quite a few we have quite a few Disney mugs, and Ruben got a few as well. And I like drinking out of those to give me my nice.
I like that one.
Yeah. We like drinking out of those to give us like the, good Disney vibe in the mornings. But we also, one of the things that we got this time, and it's so funny because it's such a niche like Disney thing. When you go to Disney World, you don't go to Starbucks for coffee. You go to Joffrey's because Joffrey's is everywhere. Joffrey's is the unofficial sponsor of caffeine in the parks. And Joffrey's is just superior. It's just elite.
Your go-to place.
It's elite and it's better. And I'm sorry, if you're wasting your time at Starbucks, you're wrong. So we go to Joffrey's and we love their shaken Jamaican coffee.
Shaken Jamaican.
Yeah, their shaken Jamaican cold brew is so good. It has like caramel and coconut like flavors to it, and that's just in the cold brew, not even in like whatever they add to it. You can add stuff, but you can have it just like that and it still tastes good. So we went to the Joffrey's, like the main location at Disney Springs, and we loaded up, and I went in and I'm like, yeah, let's just get one bag. No. We bought coffee beans. So I went in and I'm like,
okay.
let's just get one bag just for the days that, you're really in like the Disney mood. And then I was like, well, like, no, like, let's just let's get 2 bags. And then I turned to Ruben and I'm like, how many bags like would you like to get? He's like, I would say like at least 2. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. At least 2 or maybe 3. And he's like, sure, maybe 3. And then we walked out with 4. I somehow negotiated, like I kept talking myself up until I walked out. Like he was waiting for me to come back with 3. I came back with 4 bags and he's just like, okay, fine. And he just paid. He's like, didn't question it. He's like, whatever, at least you're happy. So we came back. That was one of the biggest purchases and I was so happy to have it. And we've already had some. Oh man, it's so good.
It is really good. I don't love it as much on the hot.
Next time I come over, you gotta try some.
Yeah. What I was about to say is I don't love it so much hot because the brew that we got is for the cold drink. And so we did try it cold, and let me tell you, it's pretty much the same thing. Like I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's very close to like being there in the park. So when you come over, I'll make you a nice iced coffee.
Do you enjoy like iced coffees?
For sure.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll make you a nice iced coffee, caramel, coconut.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. So that was our thing that we purchased. It wasn't necessarily merch, so I'm very glad with that purchase.
Yeah.
So when it comes to both of you two, sorry, go ahead.
No, what were you saying, Ambrose?
I was gonna say, okay, so you two as parents, right, especially at Disney, who is the pushover when it comes to like, let's say your kids really want to buy something? Who do they go to that they know that they can probably persuade to buy stuff?
I'm the pushover generally. Like, I'm not just the pushover at Disney. I'm always the pushover. I can be strict on some things, but when it comes to some things, I'm like, let kids be kids. Like, that's my vibe. I'm like, let kids be kids. Let them have fun as long as they're having fun. So
I'm all about that, but like, how many? Like, no. Every single time we walk into a store, we don't need something.
no, we don't need something.
In fact, especially because when you think about it, we go to the park like twice now. We did some of the rides twice. We went through, meaning we're exiting the same gift shop twice. And they walk through it like they've never gone through it before.
No, but see, that's
guys,
the
I
thing.
want something. I want something from everywhere. I'm like, bro, we were just here. Leave.
No. But see, that's the thing. Is like I mentally prepare for that. So so when we went to Animal Kingdom and then Magic Kingdom and Disney Springs, like we actually did Disney Springs after Animal Kingdom too. So we did Disney Springs the first day, Animal Kingdom, Disney Springs again, and then Magic Kingdom. So the kids saw a lot of merch. And they bought some stuff in those first few days. Then I know we're going to go to Epcot. We're going to go through the Frozen ride. They're going to come out of the Frozen, like, gift shop, and they're going to want stuff. So when we got to the Frozen ride, and we came out of the Frozen gift shop, they immediately started looking at the merch, like, what do we want? We want this, we want this, we want this. They wanted 3 things. So in the moment, I said to them, okay, well, actually, I said to Ruben, I said, Daddy, can they get these 2 things each? And they said, but we want this as well. And I said, we're coming back here another day. You can get that on the 3rd day.
That's called compromise, guys.
So basically, you said buy all 3.
Yeah. So no, I told them they could have all 3 things, but I didn't buy all 3 things on the first day because then I know when we come back on the 2nd day, they're gonna come and ask for something else. So I'm like, okay, these are the things you want. There. Sure, we're gonna get 2 now, and we'll get the last one on the 2nd day. So they agreed to that, and that's what we did.
And we saved, yeah. Anyhow,
girl math.
As long as you don't look at the let's go bank account, everything was free, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't actually get a tally until your last day because you keep tapping your magic band.
Actually,
on the last day, as you check out, that's when you get your full bill, and you're like, oh.
Actually, not entirely the case, especially because I'm the guy that handles the finances. If you have a card on hand, they'll actually charge your card immediately, and so you'll see it on your card immediately. So if you're tapping a magic band to then cash it at the end, it's one thing, but we have our card like connected.
Yeah.
And so we saw I saw the transactions.
I don't check. I don't look.
It's unfortunate. I had to pay.
I just imagine Dora running around and tapping the magic band on everything, and Ruben just like.
Yeah.
Like the truth is, like on trips like this, like I'm like. I think I'm more practical. Like I'm like, they don't need a gift from every single spot. But like when it comes to food or drinks or ice cream and things like that, I'm like, bro, take how many you want. Like, you know, you can eat it, we'll get it.
Right? Or else, they'll die if they don't eat, right? So they have to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. But I get the merch pull. We like the merch too. So we did get quite a bit of merch, and the kids know that they can come to me and be like, Mommy, and I'm like, sure, we can get that.
Yeah. One thing I will say, I did like this year around, I actually worked out quite a bit to prep for my Disney trip. I felt a physical difference. Like I lost weight and I worked out like in the gym and like carrying the kids on my shoulders and like things like that, like walking around. I actually I felt the difference, and it honestly made the trip a little bit more enjoyable. Also, footwear matters so much. Like, just underrated tip, footwear. If you have the right footwear, you're good. Like, I bought these shoes, so fourth time around, I bought these shoes from New Balance. It felt like I was on clouds. Sucks if it rains, right? You get wet, obviously. But, like, dude, let me tell you.
New Balance sponsor us. Thank you.
Yes, very much. But, like, dude, it's crazy. We did all of those days walking. I came back, and usually when you wear shoes to Disney, it's like it's worn in, like it's worn out. I mean, they look like brand new still, and so shoes matter. Just side tip, real quick. Shoes matter. and that really helped our trip. Helped me at least enjoy our trip more.
Yeah, no, they definitely makes a difference because you want to die by the end of it if you're wearing the wrong shoes, which our first trip, that's what happened to me. Since then, we wear the right shoes and we end up feeling okay, and like you can do it again the next day. But you're walking, like when our Epcot day was probably like Epcot, I find we always do the most steps, and we walked like 25,000 steps at Epcot like each time, and you're walking no less than 20,000 steps at every park. Yeah. So it's definitely something to keep in mind is the shoes, and like it makes a difference.
Maybe we should do like a shoe video on like what kind of shoes or like what kind of things to wear and stuff.
Yeah. How to get ready for your Disney trip. Ruben has all sorts of exercises to teach people.
Yes, do a live stream of that too.
Workout.
Do you have more questions, or should we talk about some of the new experiences that we went and tried?
I think new experiences. Go for it.
Okay, I'll start with this one. Rock and Roller Coaster needs to be bumped up, in my opinion, when it comes to the ride, because
They ain't bumped up.
like in terms of rating, because that ride, like, no doubt, feels like probably it's not, but feels like the fastest, most exhilarating ride Disney World has to offer.
It's not the fastest, but it's the most intense, for sure.
And like, I'm so
Good
happy.
intense or bad intense? Because I've seen your vlog up with the Velocity. Okay.
No, Velocicoaster was like, I want to die. This was like, because like you're there's like a full like, what's it called when the bar comes over your head and like kind of tucks you
You have
in?
the full, I don't know, like the vest
shoulder
type.
No, it's not the lap bar because that's the other small one.
This is like the shoulder bar that like hooks in nice and tight. You know what I mean? Like, so you feel safe inside.
Yeah.
Velocicoaster is not that. So, so this like definitely underrated, and I think that they have something really exciting that they could do with it because they're switching it over to Muppets, right? And I think they could make the ride very fun. And I think it'll give, I think it'll give Guardians of the Galaxy a run for its money if they do it really well.
I mean, okay, here's the thing. I personally, I feel like it's really intense and it's enjoyable. It's fun because it has 4 inversions. It's the only ride at Walt Disney World that has the inversions. But it isn't very smooth. So I walked out with a headache. And that was the thing that I didn't enjoy about it. So that's why I wouldn't like say it gives Guardians like a run for its money. That being said, I think part of it is the theming. Like the theming isn't as exciting if you're not like a big Aerosmith fan. Like I like Aerosmith. I'm not like a huge Aerosmith fan, so it's like whatever. But the fact that they're switching it over to Muppets is like, it's fun. But I did discover just today, actually, for the first time, that is the same like ride track and ride vehicle that is in Disneyland Paris in Avengers Campus, and it's an Avengers ride. And I wish freaking Florida had the rights, like that, like Disney World had the rights to use Avengers stuff, because I think that would be the theming that would win me over. Like I would want that over Muppets any day. But it was still a very fun ride. It was very cool. It's only a 48-inch height requirement, which is shocking to me because Arabella is 48 inches and I don't think she could ride that ride. Like I don't think she would be ready for it. But yeah, it was definitely like a very intense, very fun. Like if you're a thrill seeker and you're looking for a thrill, like this is it. This is the one at Disney World.
Ruben's a thrill seeker.
No, he's definitely not.
So,
but
so a random side note, because I know like Disney World right now has a lot of closed rides and stuff, right? And like, so did that affect your trip at all or anything?
Yeah.
I mean, some things.
Like we couldn't go and do Big Thunder Mountain. And that one's a fun one we actually enjoy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was, kind of sucked. We didn't even bother going to the Dino Land area in Animal Kingdom.
Not that we didn't
R.I.P. Best place ever.
Not that we didn't bother. We actually we did want to go see. We wanted to go ride Dinosaur because it's only open till the end of this year, but our kids got it in their heads that they had to stay in this really long hour and a bit line to meet Moana. So we stayed in the line and we met Moana instead. But the reason I say that is just because you can meet Moana for shorter time periods at Epcot, and they got it in their heads. They were fixated. They're like, we're meeting her now in this line. And so, yeah, it is what it is. We didn't get to ride Dinosaur, but obviously the rest of that area is closed. So yeah, we didn't go there. We didn't do Triceratops Spin. And honestly, I think that was one of the ones that made it a little tricky. Animal Kingdom, I felt, especially this time around for Lucas, because he can't ride much, I felt like he really struggled. It wasn't as fun for him because there wasn't anything, even filler rides that he could do.
100%. Like when you say Lucas, we're talking about a kid who's under 3. So that's just something to keep in mind for Animal Kingdom visits. But when you think of the Little Mermaid show, it's been closed.
It opened yesterday.
All the years we've gone, and it just opened. So we didn't notice a difference, but the villain show, has that started yet?
Also yesterday. They were, I was watching online, they had 90-minute to 60 to 90-minute waits for both because it was so, everybody wanted to see it on the first days.
Yeah.
It's better than 225 minutes.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that a place like Hollywood Studios has so much going on already that with things being closed, I don't feel like you're going to notice that much, especially right now. It's not even closed yet. I think it closes on June 6th or something, is Muppet Vision 3D. That's the only thing that's going to be closed. And that never had a wait. So if it closes, it's not going to make that much of an impact to your day.
Yeah. The thing that I actually found out this time around, Ambrose, was a lot of the rides we went on actually were having problems. I was shocked. I have footage of us going behind the scenes of rides in Disney World, seeing never before seen footage of things that are going on behind the scenes, right behind the rides that we are on, purely because
the major clickbait it, behind the scene VIP,
honestly, there was oh man, we have stories. So there's they were, for example, Rise of the Resistance was literally down, but we didn't know that, so we had Lightning Lane. I go on, and I'm hearing some chatter with the staff members who are there, which they should do a better job of keeping that hush hush. But anyhow, something's down. Then they walk us right past where the hologram of Rey should show up. And I'm like, what's going on? We're supposed to see a show here. Then they walk us right past the ship that you're supposed to get on. And they take us into a back doorway. And I'm recording because I'm like, this is interesting. What's going on here? And then all of a sudden, I'm in in an office building. What is this? And I'm walking black, all black on black, floors and ceiling. I'm walking. And then another person opens up another door, and we're all walking in a line, which is weird. And immediately I'm inside the ride, right where you see all of the stormtroopers. And I'm like, what's going on?
So
the guy in front of me,
pre-show, huh?
The guy in front of me was like, this is so cool. And I'm like, yo, they just gypped us. And and so that wasn't the only thing. There were at least 4 or 5 other times when something like that happened on a ride or on some sort of experience. And I don't know what it was, why Disney was having so many malfunctions in a week span, but they've been having some issues. They've been having some issues, yeah.
We had
Interesting.
The first day we were at Epcot, we actually rode every single ride, and then like at like 7 p.m. we were like, okay, we've ridden everything. The only thing we were waiting on was Spaceship Earth, but Spaceship Earth had been down the entire day. And Spaceship Earth is not like a super fancy ride, but it had been down the entire day. So at that point, and then it was raining. So we're like, we don't want to wait for the fireworks and sit in the rain for the fireworks. So we went home for the day instead of staying because we're like, this is the last ride. What's the point of like hanging out? So that was one. We had an issue with Guardians. Like you rode Guardians that same day, the first day. So, I mean, you share. It was your experience.
I rode Guardians. I was in the middle of the Guardians ride. We're on it. And it stops. And all of like the lights and everything go off. And
Did you record any of this?
I got my phone out and I tried to record, yeah. And I was very scared because I'm like, I'm going to drop my phone. And I'm like, some people are talking beside me like, oh no, what happened? Is this part of the ride? Because like not everybody else knows. And I'm like, no guys, this is definitely not part of the ride. And
let me tell you guys.
And then the ride started up again and I can hear things go click, 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 click. And I'm like, low key, I'm very scared of these rides. So in my head, I'm thinking, oh, this is how it happens. This is how I'm going to meet Jesus. I'm going to die here. And then the ride starts up with no audio. It was the weirdest thing ever. I'm riding this ride. There's some graphics. There's not really the light show going on. And there's no audio. And let me tell you, it was the lamest experience ever. For the best ride in all of Walt Disney World, it was so bad. I did start recording when we got off the ride because everybody was making a scene, right? Like you're talking about like massive line, massive waiting. Like it was insane. It was insane. Yeah.
And like, here's the thing, Disney, if you put up a fuss, I don't even mean put up a fuss, but if you go talk to somebody and you say, hey, this is my experience, this is what happened, Disney will try to like make it right. So Disney was giving out like ride experience passes so that people could redeem like lightning lanes and go back on it. But the line was so long and Ruben was like, I rode it. Like I kind of rode half the ride. And it's hard when you're riding it without kids because you feel like I'm going to make my kids wait for me to go do this ride again. So he just ended up like not getting the ride experience pass, but you could have gone and redeemed the ride experience pass and ridden it. Same thing
like
with
a card or something.
No, they just
They tap your
put it on
magic
your
band, and they just kind of you just redeem it off your magic band. If you do have a physical card, they can do that too. But like
it just goes on whatever you use for your ticket. So if it's on your phone or on your magic band or on whatever, so it just shows up on your app. And then you can just go redeem it. And technically with those, like there's no set time, so you can redeem it at any point. So you can come back at any point. But they had a lot of issues that day that I remember later on in the day, we were in the same area. And as we were leaving, I could see the line for the Lightning Lane was so long. And they were cast members were telling them like, hey guys, like just so you know, this is going to be a longer wait than usual for Lightning Lanes because we had so much downtime today that everybody who had downtime is now coming back to redeem their lightning lanes. So like that's also a factor, right? Like it's a lightning lane is supposed to be like a 15-20 minute wait, and instead it was taking people like 45 minutes, an hour, because they're waiting. It's still less than like the longer queue, like the standby queue, but like a longer time than you want to wait for a lightning lane.
Just for context, the lightning lane of Guardians of the Galaxy went all the way to Mission Impossible. Mission Space, sorry. Which is another ride, like a walk away.
Yeah.
That it was. Yeah,
so it was pretty long. And then we had major issues with our transportation. So this
let's not get into this. This conversation is gonna go downhill.
No. So this is again, I don't know what's going on, and I think Disney does a lot of refurbing, and this is why rides are down for extended periods of time, because they're refurbing the rides and making sure that their technology is up to date. I think like this year, for example, the Skyliner skipped the refurb. It does an annual refurb every year in January. They skipped the refurb this year, and so we had issues with our Skyliner.
Multiple times.
The first time, actually, I understand, because the first time it was closed due to weather. Because the Skyliner can't run if there's like inclement weather. So the Skyliner was closed due to weather, but the problem is they don't update you. They don't tell you that. And the Skyliner entrance, like if you're at Epcot and you're all the way at the front main entrance, only gets the buses and the monorail. You have to walk through all of World Celebration, like that whole front area, and then walk through all of World Showcase and get to the back to access the Skyliner. It's a whole separate entrance. So because we were waiting for Spaceship Earth on our first day at Epcot, we're waiting for Spaceship Earth. We're waiting around. Spaceship Earth is not opening. We're like, it's 7 o'clock. Let's just go home. Let's walk over to the Skyliner, because the Skyliner is how we're going to get back to our hotel. We walked all of World Celebration, all of World Showcase, ended up at the back where the Skyliner is, and there was this guy standing with a little sign this big, and it said, Skyliner down due to inclement weather. And that's all. Like, that's all that the information that was out there. If you walked past him and didn't see him, you missed it. So we were like, oh, is it down? Is it coming back up? He's like, nope, it's down for the night. We're like, oh, okay. So we walked all the way back through World Showcase, all the way back through World Celebration to the front, and we rode the bus. But then we had issues with the Skyliner a second time. This time was technical issues, and that's where I think the refurb issue was happening. That we had stayed on our second day at Epcot. We stayed for the fireworks and then exited through the international gateway where the Skyliner is, and got in line for the Skyliner. And Skyliner line is moving. We moved. We got in line. We were in line for about 20 minutes, and we were near the front. There's a long line, but we got to the front, and we were like, okay, we're going to get on this within probably 5 minutes. And all of a sudden, they stop taking people, and announcements start going off, and they're like, yeah, so Skyliner is down for the night, but because you've technically exited the park and the park is closed, because the park closes at 9, the park is closed, they can't send us back through the other gate. So they can't send us back to the other side to ride a bus. So they're like, yeah, you guys just have to wait here. We're going to bring special buses to come shuttle you from here. And the buses are not separated by resort. So the buses just took specific stops at each resort, and they would come and call you in groups and get you on the bus. So it was a very hectic, very long, and frustrating evening. And Ruben was like, I hate the Skyliner. Skyliner sucks. I don't want to hear the word Skyliner ever again.
I actually didn't say any of that. What I did say was the bus wouldn't do this. That's what I said.
Yeah, he kept saying, the old reliable bus.
Yeah, well, we can talk about that story another time, go deeper in, but anyhow. long story short, we had some mishaps, but overall, if I were really just summing it up, our trip was fantastic. Even though it rained more than it's ever rained on any of our other trips, even though the kiddos got a little sick, to be honest, it was still great. They had such a fun time. They left wanting to go back again, and yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
we ate at so many new spots, and that was a lot of fun for us.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is for us, nice. We actually found that the sit down reservations, the dining reservations, helped us take breaks where it's you're off your feet and you're chilling for an extended period. We didn't necessarily do a ton during the parks. We did via Napoli, the pizza spot in Epcot, and we did Cinderella's Royal Table, which was a brand new experience for us as well. And they were good breaks during the day. Cinderella's Royal Table is its own magical experience. It's the food is fine. It's good food. I wouldn't say it's amazing food, but it's good food and you enjoy yourself. But you're in the castle. And that is really cool. And while we got seated actually right by the window, so we could look out into the park. And I don't know, when you're in the park, the other day we were in the park and I'm looking up and I can see people dining. And I'm like, those people are so lucky. I want to be them one day. And then we were there and I was like, this is so cool. People can see us and we're seeing them, and you're seeing the park, and it was really cool. Yeah, I think that was a really fun experience as well. And we explored a few resorts. We explored some deluxe
Grand
resorts.
Floridian. Oh my goodness, amazing. The Polynesian was pretty cool too. Not my vibe, but like it's pretty cool. Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Animal Kingdom Lodge was a cool one, yeah.
Like I'm not an animal-y person, but that was like a bougie. Like I would stay there. That's a bougie spot.
Yeah, like we went for breakfast.
Animal-y person. You're right.
Now, there's a vibe about like the deluxe resorts that's completely different. Like, I mean, there's a reason they're called deluxe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Even though the theming is different, like Animal Kingdom Lodge and Polynesian are not themed like super bougie and fancy. Grand Floridian is really fancy. Like you walk in and it's like marble floors and it's gold like finishings, and like it just gives you that vibe that it's really fancy, whereas like the other two don't have that, but you still feel it. Like you still feel like it's expensive to be here. We walked into Grand Floridian, we were going there for breakfast, and we were dressed up. We dressed up for breakfast, even though it was just like a casual breakfast. But Ruben goes, he's like, I feel like I'm underdressed to like sleep here. Like I'm underdressed to like this is not even fancy enough to be my pajamas here, because like it's so fancy. So yeah, the experience is like
Don't worry, you guys will stay there someday, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it's on our radar. We're like, how do we get in like a couple nights at the Grand Floridian? But yeah, it was definitely like cool exploring some of those spots, and we did that during like because we did like our rest day. So we did a couple like nice meals on our rest day. On our last day, our flight was in the evening, so we were like, let's keep the Disney vibes going. So we went to Animal Kingdom Lodge and we had breakfast at Boma and just hung out around Animal Kingdom Lodge for a bit, and then went to Disney Springs for a bit. So like we really tried to like maximize the time that we were there, not feeling like, okay, we're it's a travel day, so we're not going to do anything fun. Like it's a travel day, but we're still going to like make the most of it. So yeah, we definitely did a lot. It was fun. And our resort was like new to us as well, because we stayed at Pop Century. It was our first time there. What did you think of Pop Century?
Again, I think like we can like it was good for what it was.
Yeah.
I think in short, without giving you a whole review, it was good for what it was. And if I'm trying to get something again that price point, like that was a good option, personally.
Yeah. I think like what we both discovered was we're not necessarily people who love the value resorts, but the value resorts have their... But the value resorts...
Bougie at heart right there.
Yeah, for sure. We were like, oh yeah, the Grand Floridian, this is our place. but as much as that's the case, we also were like, it was really good value for what we got, and it was still worthwhile, and we had a great experience there. So it was a great place to stay. So yeah, it was a nice... We like definitely this was a trip that was different from all of our other trips, and we still were like, let's go back. How do we do it again?
I have a question for you, Ambrose. Out of all the things that we've mentioned so far, what's kind of stood out to you and like intrigued you a little bit?
I think, the food. I think you guys have described, because like when you described the barbecue place, your eyes was like 4 times as wide, and you're like, bro, let me tell you, right?
Yeah.
So I think I'm interested in food, because I've always enjoyed food, and I think it's a different idea, different thought, because a lot of times when we go to the Disney parks, we're always thinking we want to get everything as soon as possible. It's always about quick service. We're just snacking for the day kind of thing, right? So interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's one. I think Viv would love to eat like that.
Yeah. No, Viv is my type of girl. She's all about she's a foodie, so I think that'll be a great experience for her. Yeah, the food is good. The food is good.
Cool.
Or is there like a park that you're most excited to visit?
Honestly, all of them. I would say there's no like not, because I'm thinking, because after like last time we discussed it a while back, is that like especially during our video with the Magic Kingdom, I realized I haven't gone to much things. Okay, so I'm excited for like Magic Kingdom's a big one. Animal Kingdom's a huge one because I want to see the show, right? I want to see Avatar, love Avatar as well. The food, I don't know. I'm excited for all of it.
I think that's one of the things, like you said, you can't really determine which one you're most excited for. Similar to us, we can't determine which one is our favorite. Like we talk about it, and it's like on any given day, another one is considered our favorite, because it's like your favorite ride might be in one spot, and your favorite like show might be in another spot, your favorite food might be in another spot, and then it's like all of the experiences are so good that it's really hard to determine like favorite park or favorite thing, which is kind of, again, what makes it so much fun. You want to keep going back because it's always like shifting and things are changing, and I'm like so excited for all the things that are still to come in the future that they're doing. And I have made goals for myself and for my family of like, we're gonna try to hit every restaurant at Disney at some point, quick service and full service. We're gonna try to like every single time we go.
All in one day, right?
No, but like just over
your kids
over
are
time.
just like, we're so full. No, we have 6 more to go.
We're gonna try to like hit every like something new every single time, like a new experience, whether it's a new dining or a new show or a new something every time. We're gonna try to like stay at all the different resorts over time. So it's like there's so much to experience that your trip will always look so different. And I think that's why it's not like just being like, I'm going to an all-inclusive, I'm going to the same hotel every single time, and I'm doing the same things every single time. It's like, this is a completely different, varied experience.
Yeah.
I think that's the magic of Disney. Like what you guys are describing is that every single time it's different. You learn new things, you experience different things. Even if it's bad, it's still good, right? And you're able to like make memories. I think like you guys expressed, like, the memories you guys make, the magic, it's, the memories with your kids and stuff. I think that's really the beauty of Disney. And I'm really happy and ecstatic that you guys really had a great time. Mine is getting sick, but you were able to really enjoy it. I think it makes me and then probably everyone else watching, all 4 of them, that like we're excited to go to Disney.
Yeah.
I think it's really good. Yeah. Any last thoughts before we end off, I think?
I'm excited to do a getaway, just the 4 of us. I'm excited for
Let's go.
that because I think that would be amazing. Imagine us getting to podcast live from the park. That'd be cool. But
Ruben's bringing his whole setup.
no, forget that.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Overall, it was fun. Lots more thoughts to come in future podcasts, future videos. Yeah, I would say like, subscribe, and stay tuned for all of the future videos to come. We have so many series that we've been talking about, brainstorming with all 3 of us as the team, and we're excited for what's to come in this future year. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
All right, so what we doing for our trip?
So much lag. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Bye.
the-
I'm